Coming up on Good Morning Longhorns, and it's goodbye to A&M. Over the weekend, the Lone Star Showdown returned, with our Horns defeating the Aggies. All the highlights.
And with that massive win comes a spot in the SEC Championship. Our Longhorns will take on the Georgia Bulldogs for a second time this season in Atlanta. All this coming up in sports.
And back on campus, a student was robbed on Thanksgiving night. Students are warned to stay vigilant, especially during the holiday season.
Plus, casting for Survivor UT Season 3 begins in January. We'll tell you what we know about the spinoff of the hit show.
And finally, the most wonderful time of the year is here. The second annual Longhorn Lights are on display now, and we'll have an inside look. All this and more coming up right here, right now on Good Morning Longhorns. Good morning, Longhorns, for this Wednesday, December 4th. I'm Gracie Kirshner.
And I'm Ella Danina. Thanks for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. I went to College Station this weekend. It was quite the experience being out of state and seeing all their traditions.
Oh, it's crazy.
I never knew about any of that stuff, but first this morning, it's goodbye to A&M. The Longhorns defeated the Aggies on the road 17-7. The Aggies' only touchdown was scored as a pick six off Quinn Ewers, meaning the Texas defense stopped their offense from scoring any points. The Ewers to Arch switch in the red zone areas had fans hyped up, and fans wonder if it will continue into the SEC Championship this weekend.
And lots to unpack from this week's showdown. TSTV Sports' Ryan Hopper has game highlights and reaction from Coach Sark.
In the first Lone Star Showdown in 13 years, Texas's defense shut out the Texas A&M offense en route to a 17-7 victory in College Station. After the game, Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian was pleased with his defense's dominance.
Just defensively tonight was an absolute dominant performance. A lot of guys had great games. Vernon, fantastic game. I think he had a couple sacks, the fumble recovery, great play by Trey getting the sack fumble right there, the cause fumble, the interception early in the game, a couple critical fourth down stops. They get the ball on the 6-inch line, and to make a couple plays the way that they did was just an awesome performance from a defensive perspective.
Starting quarterback Quinn Ewers looked sharp in the first half, but was mistake-prone in the second half, fumbling inside the A&M 20-yard line and throwing an interception that was returned for the Aggies' only touchdown. But the defense and running back Contravion Wisner, who had a career-high 186 rushing yards, were able to secure the Longhorns the win and a spot in Saturday's SEC Championship game that will be a rematch against the 10-2 Georgia Bulldogs. For TSTV, I'm Ryan Hopper.
The rivalry game against the Aggies was a win and in situation. So the Longhorns are headed to my hometown, Atlanta. It's a rematch against the Georgia Bulldogs. Left tackle Calvin Bakes Jr., a top NFL draft prospect, suffered an ankle injury during the game last week. But Coach Sark said he is off to a good start this week.
And if you don't remember, Georgia beat Texas the first time around 30-15. Hopefully the Longhorns can pull out a win this time. Speaking of the A&M game, so much went down on and off Kyle Field. From Ewers to controversial signs, our Hallie Diamond is here in studio to tell us more. Hallie?
Thanks, guys. As you know, the rivalry was back after 13 years. Longhorn students made the travel to College Station to see their team win. Kyle Field was extremely crowded, with some A&M students complaining on TikTok that they didn't get into the game until almost an hour after it started. There was some controversy over an A&M student sign that ended up on College game day. The sign said, "Jake Ellinger should have joined Circuit Rehab," with a California Rehabilitation Center number written on the bottom. You may remember that Ellinger was a Texas player who died from a drug overdose back in 2021. A friend and teammate, Michael Taft, took the high road, making this comment after the game.
I want to say I feel sorry for the person that posted that sign. I feel sorry for him because I don't know what he's going through, how much he's dealing with in life. To think that that was a good idea, to think that was okay.
No further comments were made on the sign. Fans are once again nervous about Ewers' performance after he caused 2 turnovers, including a pick six in the game. But fans loved the Manning substitution and are curious if that will be the game plan. But also, they're nervous to see if Georgia will now expect this switch-up. Ewers still seems to be the main man, and fans are hoping he can deliver this weekend in Atlanta. I saw this tweet that said, Quinn Ewers is like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're going to get. I think that perfectly sums up everything going on. That's all on the A&M game. Back to you guys.
In some news you might have missed over break, a UT student was robbed in East Campus on Thanksgiving night. According to UT police, the woman was approached by a man on a bicycle as she was walking down Como Street. The man threatened her and knocked her to the ground before stealing her bag and fleeing the scene.
And police are still looking for the subject and are urging people to stay alert. The suspect was wearing a red beanie, dark clothing, and white shoes during the robbery. He may also own a white or silver bike. If you have any information about the incident, contact UT Police or submit an anonymous tip through the Live Safe at UT Austin app.
A woman's body was found in Lady Bird Lake Sunday morning. While the identity of the woman has not been released, APD estimates she was in her 60s. She is thought to have been homeless and trying to stay warm upon falling into the water.
Austin police do not believe foul play was involved, nor is there any connection to the other bodies recovered in the lake in recent months. The woman's death comes amidst increased safety efforts. The City of Austin and the Trail Conservancy are working to install more security cameras, lights, signage, fencing, and extended sidewalks near the waterline.
Governor Greg Abbott has threatened to pull funding from Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine after a doctor made a TikTok about patient immigration statuses. Tony Pastor posted a video to the platform which advised patients not to answer if they are a U.S. citizen on patient intake forms.
Abbott then posted to X saying, quote, "You better think twice and have crystal clear records. There will be consequences for failing to follow the law and the executive order," end quote. And this statement comes after Abbott's executive order issued on November 1st, requiring the Texas Health and Human Services Commission to collect information on illegal immigrants that are receiving care at Texas public hospitals.
The Texas Department of Public Safety also has a new director. Governor Abbott swore in Freeman Martin as the department's 14th colonel this morning at the DPS headquarters in Austin. Martin has been with the DPS for more than 30 years and succeeds Colonel Stephen McCraw, who relinquished command during the ceremony. Martin is the first Texas Ranger to be named director. The governor and both colonels placed a heavy emphasis on Operation Lone Star at the border during their remarks. Abbott also mentioned DPS's role in campus security.
In making headlines this week, President Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter on federal gun and tax evasion charges. Hunter Biden has faced various controversies and legal challenges over the years, primarily related to his business dealings and personal struggles with addiction. Biden said, quote, "I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted," end quote. Critics, both Republicans and Democrats, have attacked the president, saying he repeatedly said he would not pardon Hunter, and that it's just another example of a two-tier justice system.
The FDA is currently investigating an outbreak of salmonella infections linked to cucumbers. The outbreak has spread across 19 states, resulting in 68 reported infections and 18 hospitalizations.
Consumers are advised to wash cucumbers and other produce thoroughly and practice proper food safety to reduce risks. And after the break, it's finally starting to feel like winter in Austin. Your full local forecast is next.
Welcome back. It's starting to get a little bit cooler here in Austin.
Joining us on set to tell us what's happening with the weather is Devin DeMichelle. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning, Ella. Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns. Be sure to pack an umbrella or wear a raincoat on your walk to class, as the forecast is predicting cool and rainy conditions with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 54 degrees for today. Moving into tomorrow, the rain will take a brief pause here in Austin, but cloudy skies will persist with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. We will see rainy conditions pick up again on Friday and carry throughout the weekend, with temperatures falling between the low to high 50s throughout Saturday. For anyone traveling to Atlanta for the big game this weekend, Saturday will be mostly sunny when the Longhorns face the Bulldogs once again, with a high of 52 degrees and a low of 32 degrees. Be sure to bundle up for the big game and hook 'em horns. That's all from the Weather Center today. Good luck on finals week to everyone. I'm Devin DeMichelle. Back to you, Gracie.
We've talked plenty of times about Longhorn football, but let's talk about volleyball. Texas won their senior night game against Ole Miss last week. The game honored Madison Skinner, Reagan Rutherford, and Jenna Wenas and Soa Franklin.
Texas had 5 players finish with double-digit kills. Emma Halter led the back line with 18 digs. Texas is seeded as number 3 in the tournament and will be facing A&M Corpus Christi on Thursday at 6:30. The Longhorns hope to win their 3rd straight tournament. But across the NCAA, there's a lot of controversy in college volleyball. Blair Fleming has been a member of the San Jose State volleyball team since 2022, but an article published in April questioned the player's gender.
Co-captain Brooke Slusser joined a lawsuit saying her participation puts others at risk. This lawsuit is ruled in Fleming's favor. 4 teams have forfeited against San Jose State during the regular season. The most recent forfeit came in the Mountain West Tournament semifinals from Boise State. No team has explicitly said it is because of Fleming, but San Jose State lost to Colorado State in the finals, so they will not be moving on to the tournament.
Back here in Texas, the men's basketball team improves their record to 6-1 after a 90-68 victory over Delaware State. Trey Johnson led the team in scoring with 21 points. The Longhorns dominated and kept a strong lead throughout all the stages of the game, leading at halftime by a score of 41-22. The team has their biggest challenge yet, facing 25-seeded UConn on Sunday at 4.
Women's basketball is on a roll so far this year. The Longhorns have a 7-0 record after most recently winning against number 15 West Virginia. The game was close, but our girls pulled through, winning 78-73. It is still very early in the season, but if the team keeps it up, they will hopefully be seeded well in the tournament in a few months. The team is now ranked 4th in the nation and will be traveling to face number 10 Notre Dame tomorrow at 6. And history was made at this year's National Dog Show when a pug by the name of Vito was the first ever pug to win the competition. The annual dog show was held in Pennsylvania and aired November 28th after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Vito took home $20,000 for first place in Best in Show, as well as second place title in the toy dog category. This will be Vito's 25th award in dog competitions, making him a viral sensation across social media.
And as the semester draws to a close, some campus clubs are already preparing for the next.
Survivor Texas is a student-filmed reality show here at UT, and the finale for their 2nd season is set to be released online in the coming weeks. With more on the show, here's our Justin Dowd.
Each semester on UT's campus, over 100 Longhorns apply to join the cast of Survivor Texas, a college take on the reality show Survivor, not on a distant island, but in the shadow of the UT Tower.
So basically we put on a semester-long version of Survivor, like the reality TV show. We implement that onto a campus format. So it runs over the course of the semester with challenges, tribal councils, people are getting voted out, you strategize, you make alliances. It's really the whole shebang.
The show films 2 seasons in advance, just as Survivor does for CBS. So while Season 2 of the UT production is currently being released on YouTube, Season 4 just wrapped filming this month. When weekly challenges aren't being filmed, the strategizing doesn't stop.
In between then, you strategize, you socialize. So basically everything you see on the show, except there's no desert island and you're not starving, which is hopefully a pro for most people.
Beyond the competition, students can join the show's crew, editing, filming, directing, or even hosting. And anyone can attend weekly watch parties of CBS's Survivor, which Survivor Texas's creator enjoys the most.
I really love the idea of not to over-dramatize it, but the heart and conflict. Like, I feel like Survivor is a game about sometimes knowing what your optimal move is, sometimes being able to read people, trying to understand their motivations, trying to play around that, but sometimes you just can't. That's infinitely interesting. Like, that's so compelling.
The 5th season's cast and crew will open applications next semester, but for now, you can follow Season 2 to discover who was crowned the Survivor Texas champion. Justin Dowd, TSTV News.
Up next, we'll give you the scoop on how Wicked is doing in the box office and an inside look at the holiday festivities happening around Austin, including right here on campus. Don't go anywhere. The hype for Wicked, a movie adaptation of the acclaimed Wicked musical, has taken over theaters since its release. The film made over $350 million in its first week at the box office and has become the highest-grossing movie based on a Broadway musical. The release has also started debates online about the practice of singing along to the movies in theaters, with lead actress Cynthia Erivo even chiming in with her approval. Others, however, have pushed back, including theater chain AMC, which has asked moviegoers to refrain from singing along. What do you think about this?
Well, I went to Wicked and I sang, but very quietly. Also, my family and then another family were the only two in the theater. So I think it's acceptable, but when you're overpowering the people you came to watch in the movie, I think that's where it draws the line.
Yeah, I think I agree on that. But speaking of other music, Apple Replay came out yesterday and Spotify Wrapped should be dropping today around 10 a.m.
I love Spotify Wrapped.
So do I. I'm excited. Speaking of singing, one country artist Good Morning Longhorns chatted with at the Austin City Limits Music Festival back in October is out with a new EP. Hudson Westbrook, the Lubbock native, has 7 new songs out and has been on the road during touring with Midland. The Red Dirt country rocker, who's just 20 and recently dropped out from Texas Tech to pursue music full-time, has raked up 70 million streams in a matter of months. He told our Logan Dubel it's been a wild ride.
And everyone was like, where did this kid go? And so I called my advisor and I was like, hey, I'm pursuing music. You go from seeing your friends every day and being home every day and seeing your dog and going to classes and meetings and just having a schedule. And now I do have a schedule, but it involves me going to 20 different states.
Hudson will be at the road through at least July, including 2 shows here in Austin at the Moody Center. You can catch him there December 19th and 20th. We'll have a full profile of Hudson on our website, tstvnews.com, later this week.
The second annual Longhorn Lights tree lighting ceremony just took place on campus before Thanksgiving break. The display will be lit daily from 5 to 10 p.m. until January 1st. TSTV News' McKenna Valentine was there for opening night.
On Tuesday, November 19th, hundreds of people gathered on the West Mall of campus at the University of Texas for the second annual Longhorn Lights ceremony. Lines wrapped around booths handing out free cider and donuts to attendees, and students felt the spirited atmosphere.
So excited to be with all my Longhorns and to see the lights.
Some students got to the West Mall early to claim a front row spot at Bevo's enclosure. Aiden Hernandez, a UT sophomore, knew from experience that Bevo was a priority.
I would have to say my most favorite part is actually getting to see Bevo right now, right next to us.
After Bevo's entrance, the University of Texas Mariachi performed a rendition of Winter Wonderland. And President Jay Hartzell, joined by Texas football players Quinn Ewers, Jade Barron, Jacob Majors, and Hayden Connor, spoke at the Union to officially begin the ceremony. He explained there are over 400,000 lights on the trees lining the drag on Guadalupe, and that there will now be holiday songs playing on speakers from 5 to 10 p.m. each night through January 1st. Defensive back Jade Barron spoke, wishing students good luck on their final exams and encouraging their support of the Longhorns at their football game against Kentucky that Saturday.
We appreciate all of you guys. Just good luck on finals. Hope to see you guys out there Saturday cheering us on. Appreciate you.
Then President Hartzell led a countdown for the lighting, and the Longhorn band, cheer, and pom teams performed The Eyes of Texas as the drag lit up. We spoke to some students about their thoughts on the event.
I thought it was so fun. Christmas.
Event staff Jonah found the turnout of Longhorn Lights to be successful.
I thought this event went pretty well. Lots of people came out, especially for Bevo, so overall really great event.
For TSTV News, I'm McKenna Valentine.
If you're looking for more ways to get in the holiday spirit, Ballet Austin brings the 62nd annual production of the Nutcracker this weekend. Except this time, it includes former Texas football player Will Matthews.
And during opening weekend, Ballet Austin is supplying free professional holiday photos and a meet and greet with Clara. The Nutcracker show will run until December 23rd, and tickets can be purchased on ballet.austin.org. Make sure to stay tuned for our coverage of the event. And when we come back, we'll be joined by our Coco Kennedy to test our knowledge on popular holiday movies. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns and happy holidays. I'm Coco Kennedy. It's time to celebrate the season with a festive round of holiday movie trivia. But here's the twist. I've made all the questions true or false, so they're a little bit easier than the multiple choice we've done in the past. Let's test our anchors' holiday movie knowledge and see how many they get right. Let's get started. Are you guys excited?
Oh, we're excited.
I am. I don't know.
So they're all based off of holiday movies. I think we'll just jump into the first one. Number 1, in Home Alone, Kevin orders a pizza using his dad's credit card. True or false?
False. I think it's false. I think he pays with cash.
Yes! That's it! Okay, perfect. Okay, number 2. In Elf, Buddy's real father is a lawyer.
False.
Yes, true.
He's a book publisher.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, no.
Gracie has it. She watched all the movies last night to catch up. Okay, 3. In the Polar Express, the train conductor is voiced by Tom Hanks.
True.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Nice. Wow. I thought this was going to be like a lot more of like a thinking process, but you guys have got
She's
it
going
absolutely
too fast.
down.
I can't.
What if you guys have to decide on one answer together?
Oh. Okay,
How about that?
Well, I'm just going to carry the team.
Okay, number 4. In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey had to undergo special training to endure the makeup process he had to go through.
I'm pretty sure it's true. Yeah, true.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Just because that seems so obscure.
Yeah,
like, what?
Right? Like, what training does that have to be?
Like the makeup in shows, I'm like, even Wicked, I was thinking, like, when they touch each other, how does it not transfer?
I know, like her green.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I've always thought about that. But the Grinch had, like, unreal prosthetics on his face, like, for the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, second to last. The movie Love Actually takes place entirely in New York City.
In where?
New York.
True. I think it's true.
No, false.
Decide?
I think part of it is in like England or London.
Wait, no. I think you're just thinking that because they're British. I think it's true.
It's false. It is in London. Ella had it.
Which part is in London?
Yeah. It's entirely filmed in London.
Oh, so it's not even set.
No.
But what about when they go for the? Is that not the one where they go for the? Oh, is that New Year's Eve? Is that the one that's like, you know, when they go to the ball in Times Square and they like see each other?
I don't think so.
I think that there's.
I may have to brush up on my Love Actually.
Like there's like
need to.
another movie, but like New Year's Eve. And that's
Okay.
in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do our research.
Yeah.
Before we do our last one, I just wanted to ask, what's our favorite Christmas movie or holiday movie?
Home Alone.
Really?
Elf. I love Elf.
Okay.
I watched Elf last night.
Actually, I love the one where it's like, you know, the stop motion and like Mr. Hamburger.
yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No.
And they have, yes, it's stop motion. They're like OG.
Yes, but like there's Mr. Burger, Meister Burger.
Heat Meister.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No. It's a different one.
Okay. For our last question, in Charlie Brown Christmas, Lucy suggests that Charlie Brown directs the Christmas play. True or false?
I haven't seen
True. I haven't seen this in so long.
True.
It's true.
Yay!
That was such a good job, you guys. Well, Longhorns, whether you got them all right or learned something new, we hope you're feeling the holiday spirit as much as our team is here at Good Morning Longhorns.
As the year comes to an end, we wanted to recap some of our fall highlights here at Good Morning Longhorns. Our reporters got to talk to some ACL performers such as Saul Paul, the St. Cecilia Band, and Sawyer Hill. Coco even had her own performance with some special guests.
Our live reporters also gave us everything we need to know about voting this year. And speaking of election, TSTV held a live election night show with rolling information as the results came in. We also got to talk all things broadcast with Hoda and Jenna from The Today Show. Seeing them in Austin was just amazing and absolutely inspiring.
And we can't forget about all the delicious drinks we made. Our very own Paulina Pearson taught us how to get in the fall spirit with mocktails and coffee recipes. To make sure we fit in this fall, our guest Diana Farmer taught us how to do a spooky makeup look. We also had Sheila Walker from A Wink of Yellow show us some gorgeous game day accessories. This season was definitely one to remember. And that's all the time we have for this Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Gracie Kirshner.
And I'm Ella Danina. From all of our Good Morning Longhorns team, we'll see you back here in January. Thanks for watching and helping make our show a great success this fall. And thanks as always to our crew, both on and off the screen. We hope you have a happy and restful holiday season. But the news doesn't stop. You can follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Longhorns and check us out at tstvnews.online. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you all next year.